Hey guys, I'm the Kentucky Atheist, and today I want to talk about the Asbury Revival. But before we get started, I want to make a couple of announcements. The channel is now monetized and able to receive super chats, super stickers, super thanks, and more importantly, I can also offer channel memberships now. I want to thank Nara, Azo, and Robin for becoming the first members of the channel, and hopefully we can grow that and get many more. But let's get back to the Asbury Revival. So, the Asbury Revival took place in the town of Wilmore, Kentucky, and it began February 8th, 2023, when students stayed after a regularly scheduled chapel service. The revival drew Christians from around the world to come be part of the event in the small town of Kentucky. This is one of those things that as an atheist I see as kind of a so what moment, but let me explain. A bunch of Christians got together in an extremely Christian town in an extremely religious state in an extremely religious part of the country, and other Christians were interested in joining. Oh no, please tell me more. That's not a surprise at all. But let's take a look at some of the details. I found a documentary called The Asbury Revival, Desperate for More. I'll link it in the description, and it was clearly made in favor of this revival, but I want to take a look at the details and the claims surrounding this event. As the Kentucky Atheist, I should probably comment on what various Christian cults are up to in Kentucky. Consider this my review of this documentary if you wish. So after 15 minutes of telling you what I just said, we get into something interesting. Let's take a look at this.
Very storied history of like big noticeable moves of God. And so there was a major revival in the 50s, a major revival in the 70s, and then 2006 was a 4-day revival, which I hesitate to even use the term revival because I don't think you see the fruits of things until years and years later.
Anna here tells a story of revival events of this type at Asbury University going back over 100 years that we can check, right? And this does seem to check out. So we have Christians gathering for so-called revivals in a place where Christians have historically gathered for so-called revivals. Amazing. And all that's fine and well. Christians gather where they always gather, whatever. But no one's discussed this or planned this beforehand. This is a completely natural thing, right? Let's take a look.
Brought me here about a year and a half ago, and from probably the first day that I started working here, I started hearing about revival, like just in conversation. The 1970 revival, this and that, it's just brought up in conversation. And for Asbury's history, that was kind of a pivotal moment in we're sending out all these people to the nations. There's people who are part of that revival in 1970 who went on to do the most intense ministry.
Okay, so everyone was in a place that revivals take place, talking about revivals happening, and how everyone that was part of that revival went on to live happily ever after. And this amazing, totally unexpected revival broke out. Oh, please, go on with more.
Kind of desperation and hunger for the Spirit of God. And so I know so many people, both Wilmore community members, people at the seminary across the street, people at the university in leadership, just the students, parents of students, who spend time actively praying for the Lord's Spirit to be outpoured on this campus. And I really do believe that prayers offered in faith make the sick person well, out of James. And there's nothing that the Lord loves more than healing a broken heart, I think.
So we're all in a place of desperation and hunger for the Spirit of God. I really don't think that's the case, but you share this belief with others. I'm not so sure about you anymore, Anna, but let's keep going and look at more of this anyway.
Broken, we're trying to figure out the answer for how to fix it. I think that this has been a really beautiful depiction of how God changes that.
So everyone knows that humanity is broken. Isaiah wants to figure out how to fix it and says this gathering of Christians at a spot they've been known to gather changes that. But what does that nonsense even mean, Isaiah? And who let this even remain in the documentary?
Also have been external works that miracles that I had. One of my friends, Asher, he watched a tumor the size of a strawberry just dissipate off someone's head.
So one of your friends told you he saw a strawberry-sized tumor just fall off someone's head? Well, Isaiah, we do have a lot of ticks here in Kentucky. Let's check and see if that's the case. Oh, wait, the man and his tumor and your friend that told you this, they've never been seen again? Darn the bad luck. Let's see what other miracle took place.
There was one testimony also of a girl who was, I want to say that she was demonically controlled, and that there was a powerful, powerful deliverance that took place. And, after that ministry of deliverance, they would kind of gather around and pray for people, and after that deliverance took place, that she was absolutely changed. So it happened in the Bible, and it happens in all revivals. That's why we need them badly.
Didn't want to spit out the demonically possessed, did you, Pastor Taylor? I don't blame you. It sounded stupid when I heard it too. So these folks are doing some Catherine Crick style exorcism with this thing as well. But that's all the clips I'm going to look at today from this documentary. It's full of supporters talking about how great and spontaneous this event was when it just wasn't. I mean, what would you think if all of their claims of miracles and God, if you knew that this was all founded on a deception? That this was all just a social media stunt pointed at Christians? Well, that seems to be the case. Turns out that a group connected to NAR, the New Apostolic Reformation, was behind the planning of this revival at Asbury in the small town of Wilmore, Kentucky, and that social media platforms like TikTok were used to spread the word and draw like-minded Christians. But what about the not like-minded Christians? What do they think about this revival? I'll let you Google that yourself, proving my point once again that there is no hate like Christian love. Well, let's end it on that note, guys. I want to thank everybody for watching. Be sure to join us for the live stream on Monday the 30th with Robin Webster, where we're going to be talking about witchcraft and doing some spells live. Everybody be sure to tune in for that. And I'm the Kentucky Atheist signing out. See you later.